Good afternoon, students. So we've both finished that first lesson. Now we'll start the second lesson: plant structure and function. So one question I ask you, that which are the various parts of plants? So everyone that know answer is no. That root, stem, leaves, flower, fruits, etc. are the different parts of plants. So now this standard we will see this all parts in details. Okay, so in these slides we will see the roots. In the roots we will see the types of root: taproot and fibrous root. See, one activity we have to do: in a moisten ball we have to crumpled paper in a conical flask. Place some soaked moth beans. First picture you are observing that soaked beans. Then this flask, the paper in this one flask, take and soak the paper and add the this soaked beans. After some days you are observing in the second picture, the beans are start to grow, and after 6 to 8 days you are observing third picture, these beans are growing stem and roots. Correct? You observe and note down the changes in within a 2-3 days. So see this, we are see the first part: formation of root. How the plants root are formed. Okay, the root means what? The part of the plant growing below the soil for support is called root. What? The part of the plant growing below the soil, the plant part which is growing below the soil, is called root. In pictures you are observing germination of seed. See the proper labeling: plumule and radicle. The two parts you are observing that seed, that plumule and radicle. So what is the definition of radicle? The part that grow inside the seed towards the soil is called radicles. The seed part which is growing, you are observing yellow part, which inside the soil, towards the soil it grows. So it called as radicle. And the green part you are observing, that part grow above the soil, this green part is called plumule. What? Plumule. So you have to remember the green part is called plumule, and you are observing that yellow part in the diagram, that is radicle. It is growing inside the soil. I hope you are understanding now. Next slide. See the type of fruits now. One type you are observing first is taproot, second is fibrous root. See the proper differentiate you are observing here: taproot and fibrous root. In details we will see the now taproot. The taproot is large and dominant root from which other root sprout laterally. See the middle part you are observing, that large and dominant, and others root are you are observing laterally. The taproot is straight and very thick, is tapering in a shape and grows directly towards the soil. Next point: root bear hair like process near the root tip. See the, you are observing here also, and if you have a textbook, you observe in the textbook also tap root. So that you are observing there clearly that root have root tips. Okay, and they have hairs also, root hairs. Third point: the root tip is covered by cap like structure called root cap. See in the diagram also they are showing last downside root cap. In the textbook you observe the root cap protect root tip from the injuries. This root cap, when it goes inside the soil, it protect to the root tip. Okay, if it going inside the soil, it get injured. If the root cap is there, the roots are not injured. So example is dicotyledon plants of root type. Third, next we will see the fibrous root system. The fibrous is thread-like or fiber-like root arising from the stem. See the stem, from the stem it directly you are observing, it is a fiber-like roots are arising. Examples are monocotyledon plants. Next we will see the activity. In the textbook they given you same activity. Take a glass jar and fill 3/4 of it with water. Place an onion on the mouth of the jar in such a way that its root towards the water. Observe the growth of root for 8 days. Identify which type of fruit you have seen and note the observation. Okay. So this type of activity you have to do at home and send me a pictures, okay, on our group. Next is we have seen plant like maize, sugarcane, sorghum have two type of roots. Some grow from the stem just above the soil. The latter are called adventitious root. So the some roots are growing towards the soil, but they are directly grown from stem. So it is adventitious root. Next, we have to do the activity. Take some water in a small glass jar. Put a plantlet in it in such a way that its roots are dipped in a water. Mark the water level on the jar and add 5 ml of oil to the water. Record the water level on the next day. Discuss your observation in the class. You have to do this activity, observe it, and when we will start the class, our school, then you have to tell me the answers. Okay. Next. So whatever we learn today, that root type of roots and root functions structure. So give me the answer. Find out you are these answers. First is question is what will happen if the root tip is injured. Second, which type of root do the fenugreek, spinach and onion plant have? And third question, write down difference between taproot and fibrous root system. Thank you. So students, today we see the second lesson, that plant structure and function. So in this lesson we saw that root types, okay, and some activities. So you do this activity at your home and note down the observations, okay, remove the photos. After the school start you have to show me, okay. Thank you. And these all PPTs you have to write in your class book. All PPTs, write down the notes, okay. Thank you.